Top Scroll Full Case Blasters. Pick your team, number 13. I'm excited, guys. It's been over 24 hours since I've ripped Top Scroll Blasters and hangers. I have to rip this stuff. I genuinely enjoy it. I'm going to be sad when I'm not ripping it. I have a really good feeling we're going to hit something nice in this case. I don't know what it is. The vibe feels right. The vibe feels extremely right today. How about a nice superfractor for one of our good friends in the chat? Nice superfractor, a nice red. We haven't seen a red or a red basketballs in quite some time. We should be overdue to see red. It just felt right. First of all, so Ryan, I don't know if you were here for the conversations, but so yesterday one of my best friends, like ride or die best friends, he came to town like randomly, and he didn't tell me until he was already in town. So he's like, "What's up, my dog? What you doing?" And I'm like, "What I'm doing? I need a nap." Told him I was tired as hell. And he's like, "Oh, I'm in town." So I'm like, "All right, let me go take a nap. We'll go out." So I made some money on bubble craps last night and everything like that. But you want to talk about passing wind? This fucker. We were talking about stories all day, right? This guy, he can rip some wind in the middle of like a nightclub, you know. We used to go to clubs. That fucker would rip one right in the middle of the dance floor. Let me just tell you. His farts were gnarly. Gnarly. Every time, bro. And he's a really good dancer too, bro. This is how you know it's a real story. He's a great dancer. He would rip one in the middle of the dance floor, bro. Absolutely no shit. Fuckers dancing out there. Fuckers... Oh, it's fucking doing this kind of motions. Local girls are like, "Oh, what's that smell?" Oh, I love reminiscing. Reminiscing just always is a great time. Takes you back to a time when life wasn't as serious. Yeah, I love that guy. I love that guy to death. Ironically, he did tell me he's opening up like not a food truck, but a food truck. More like an ice cream truck and things like that. So if that does come to fruition and you guys go to Hawaii, I'll make sure I send you to him. And then you guys can talk smack about me all you like. Oh, hang on. Shit, I gotta send a text. 1 second, guys. I gotta send this link to one of the people I met. I forgot. Gotta share the link. Hey, make sure you guys are hitting the like. All right, cool. What's up, Gunzy? Had a good one-night show, Gunzy? Bro, I want to do a one-night show so badly. Like, it's just, honestly, I know it's not going to be, like, I don't want to say lucrative because that sounds negative, but. Oh, that's cool. That's what's up, bro. I like hearing that. Stay consistent, Luke. Honestly, stay consistent. Stay consistent. Give a good show. Have fun. I love hearing that, brother. I'm glad you're doing well on your Bowman, man. I'm glad. I want to do what, like, one knot is, like, it seems so much easier and stuff. To just, like, you're going to go on and it's going to sell. Not like eBay where you have to wait 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 10 days for an auction and stuff. The only thing I'm weary of, and again, you guys would know better than me. I just don't know how, like, that, if they, like, can they hit you? Can they scam you through that? I don't know. I'm just thinking in the back of my head. Obviously, it's all on video and stuff, so it would be very hard, but. But yeah, it's so hard. Like we're not gonna charge you 10%, which is fine. It's cheaper than eBay's percentage. But then you gotta do the show. You gotta do the shipping. You gotta buy the shipping supplies. You gotta do the, you gotta ship it. Obviously, same thing like eBay. I get it. But where I'm going with it is like, if I'm not gonna do it full time. Right. But if I'm not gonna do it full time, like to build, like you're buying inventory so you have inventory to resell. Like I would be doing a show, 1, 2 shows, maybe 3 shows, go through my inventory, and then it's like done. Whereas I could have just sent it on a consignment and just call it a day at the same time too. So for me, I don't know what's better for my personal situation is what I'm trying to say. But yep, profit is profit. You're building your brand. You're building good relationships. That's hard to pass up to, like the long-term game, right? Building good relationships. You're getting a client base so people know you in the hobby. Oh, that's sick. Okay. Oh, that's super sick. Hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you still gotta, I mean, you could still do once a week. I'm sure that's manageable. If not once a week, once every other week or whatever. That's what's up, man. That's super cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's very interesting seeing you so frequently over here. Not a bad thing, trust me. It's just I know you used to chill with me on Instagram a lot more. That's what's up, man. Congratulations, though. Yeah, I mean, it's fun too because now you got the negotiating going on and everything like that. Yep. Yep. Oh, fuck yeah. You know me. Everybody can talk. Everybody nowadays, all they see is is the glam. They don't see the hard work behind the shows and everything like that. Yeah, of course. We want to see everybody win. I hope everybody out there knows, like, I'm the kind of guy that I don't care if you get into the hobby and you lose $50,000. I don't care if you invest in stocks and you invest 20 grand and it's worth $5,000 right now. I don't give a shit any of that. Like, I'm your biggest supporter. I want to see everybody win. I also want to win. Oh, that's a bunch of horse shit. That's a bunch of horse shit. I genuinely want to see all of you guys win. I also want to be a winner myself, 100%. I also want to win. Oh, that's right. You have two. That's right. Your first baby. You had her when I knew you too. She's under 3, right? Or I might be getting you confused, but I'm pretty sure it was you. Yeah, it was you. Yeah, okay, okay, that's right. That's right. That's right. It was you. I think you told me on I think you told me on Instagram, that's why. Yeah. I remember you saying it on Instagram. I'm pretty sure it was Instagram. I don't think it was YouTube. Only reason I have good memory on those things, I actually don't have a good memory anymore. I used to have a good memory. But the only reason I have a good memory now is because I genuinely, like, again, it's like, you guys come in here every day. I want to hear the good, the bad, the ugly, but more importantly, I want nothing but the best for you guys. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. How many kids do you have, Jayla? If you don't mind me asking, obviously. I try not to get overly personal over here. I don't mind sharing all my personal shit, but... Retire to Thailand. I always wanted to visit Thailand. Only thing I'm afraid of is the heat in Thailand. The miserable heat. Thailand, Vietnam. I've never been to Thailand. I was into Muay Thai growing up. Like, I was really... Before mixed martial arts was... mixed martial arts was getting really popular already, but... I was watching K1 and shit at the time, So it was like... K1 and Pride. Like, I was all about Muay Thai. Like, I was like, yeah... I always wanted to, like, go train for, like, 1 or 2 weeks in Thailand just for fun, like. I hear you. I hear you. I'll be honest with you. I wish I could say the same. Like, I'm telling Mrs. Hammer, like, I'm still, again, I'm not trying to sound like a negative Nancy here, but I'm still trying to recover off of my sports card business debts, And hopefully I'll be out of it in like the next 2.5, 3 years if everything goes correctly. Because I still got like 80 grand. And yes, even with me gambling and all this other stuff, I'm still I don't pay minimum payments, obviously, and stuff like that. I know better than to pay minimum payments. But yeah, I gotta get on that investment train. I gotta figure out a way to like accelerate getting out of the business steps like that for me. It's just hard because when I did my business steps, I did it all on unsecured, like, well, credit cards. I had a business credit card for the LLC, but as a business credit card, you still, because it's an unsecured line of credit, it still links to your personal, so it's not like you can file bankruptcy and not be on the hook. So like, yeah. So I'm hoping pretty soon. Hopefully I can do that. Get back on the financial right track. Yeah, no, dude, exactly. It sucks, like, when yeah, I get it. It sucks, like, when I was with Firestone, I took out my 401k twice. But let me tell you guys why I did it. The very first time I took it out, I didn't know any better. I didn't know about the tax. Well, I knew about the 10% tax penalties, and it was like 6 grand, you know. And I used it to, for young kid reasons. I was like 20 something years old. So when I became general manager at Firestone, like that, I had like, 28 grand or something by the time I was like, how old was I then? 20, 28, yeah. So maybe I like 27, 27 to 32 grand, some shit like that. But I wanted to get into braking, and like an idiot, I withdrew my 401k one more time. Like an absolute idiot. I wish I never did that. After all the fees and everything like that, I got a check in the mail for 22,000 or whatever like that, and I remember buying product with 20 grand, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then I sold out on product in like 4 hours. I was like, oh. I was like, okay. So the next day I had to go, transfer money into my account. After it hit my account, I had to go make the payment to I'm sorry. When it hit my account, now I got 20 grand in my account. Now I went back and I'm like, I'm on blowout cards, or I'm going to my LCS. I'm trying to buy more products. Then it sold out over the weekend again, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, it became this crazy cycle, and that's when I started applying for like business credit cards and stuff like that. Because I just didn't realize how fast $20,000 goes. And honestly, I did really well during that time. I did really well. I wish I sustained it. I wish I grew my braking business better. Like, I wish I didn't stay stuck to just doing Facebook. I wish Blez would let me do something. That's what I wish. I wish Blez would let me do something for like all the Hawaii guys. Or I wish I could do it on my own, but I get it. That's like a conflict of interest. So like I wouldn't ever overstep that line. I'm sure there's a way to see it. I think, honestly, I think only Backer can see that. Maybe Backer and Blez can see it. We would have, like, if I wanted to go every single, if I wanted to go back and see, like, a rough gross sales, I have, like, I can rough estimate, sure. I can do rough estimates, but I don't have the access or anything like that, or very manual. It's a very manual process. Yeah, that, you're probably not wrong. I don't know about several hundred, but maybe, I mean, fuck, maybe. Maybe. For all I know, you might absolutely be right. Because if we did 10 breaks a day, assuming it's, 10 grand cases, whatever, yeah, you're probably right. I gotta figure out that side hustle. I say it all the time. I need a genuine side hustle. I need a side hustle that can support only Hammer's YouTube. I hear drugs are profitable. I'm good on that, bro. Honestly, it would be too selfish for me to do anything. I was gonna say, I was like, you can't believe 20. This was what, 6? This was 6 years ago. Do only fat. Fuck that. Even if that was an option, I probably. I don't know. You know what? Maybe if the money was right, maybe I would. Maybe I'll shut the hell up instead of telling myself I wouldn't. My side hustle, Shelby, and most of you guys probably know this, but this was my side hustle, I got paid more to be general manager, obviously, than I do to break cards, 100%. But I also don't get the stress of having to deal with, fire department unannouncements. I don't gotta worry about freaking OSHA violations. I don't gotta worry about employees calling me. I can't make it in, boss. I don't got all that the overly corporate bullshit over my head, so I'll take that for sure. But considering, yeah, no, I'm patient on that. Like, I'm not trying to rush it. I want to be able to create more content. You know what I'm saying? And the only way to create more content is if I can generate more income to support the content that I'm creating. Assuming that when I gamble $300, I'm going to lose it. Assuming. No, dude, I mean, I've been in management since I was like 18. Now, mind you, I was an assistant manager at a Ford dealership when I was 18. So, mind you, it wasn't necessarily like a real managerial position, but since I was 20, I was in service manager in the automotive field just because of my automotive background. So I've legitly, I've always managed, 8, 12. I think at one point my biggest department was 16 plus warehouse. So call it just under like 44 direct reports. But technically, they didn't all directly report to me, but it fell under my umbrella no matter what. And then when I was at Firestone, that was when I was at Toyota. And then when I went back to Firestone, the most I had was like 20. Shelby, I'm not a. I enjoy old school Chevys. I enjoy anything old school. That's my jam. But honestly, I lost a lot of passion for cars. I lost a lot of passion for it. When you work in the industry, it's like, oh. Firestone tires. You want me to tell you the real deal on why their tires were blowing out? It was not Firestone's fault, FYI. And I'll defend Firestone till this day because I know the whole story. But no, I was in intermediate school when it was happening. I was like in elementary school or intermediate. No, it wasn't the tire's fault. It was not the tire's fault. Yeah, like when you work with it every day, it's just it's irritating. It's like I can't do it. So it was actually Ford's fault, FYI, on the Ford Explorers. So if anybody ever owned a, whoops, I'm so sorry about that. If anybody ever owned a Ford Explorer from I think, and correct me if I'm wrong on the dates, but I believe it was 1997 through 2000 or 2002. Because 2003 was a new Explorer, or 2001 was the new Explorers. It was 98 through like 01. It was somewhere around that vicinity, the Firestone Destination tires, right? Ford, as a manufacturer, underinflated the tire. So if you look at those old school Explorers, those tires, their suggested air pressure for the tires was 26 psi. Go look this up. Anybody can look it up. I know the story like yesterday. Ford's recommended air pressure in those vehicles was 26 pounds on a 4,500 pound vehicle, whatever it is, 4,000 pounds. So, as most of you guys know, air, as it gets hot, it expands. So at 26 pounds, when you're driving, inflates to 27, 28 pounds, which is relatively low. The problem was when people got into colder climates. How many people honestly check your tire pressures once a month? I've been in automotive my entire life. I can promise you I check my tire pressures once a month. I check my oil level once a month in a 2022 Subaru Outback. I do it because I'm old school and because I'm just that kind of guy. Before I leave for Utah, guess what? I'm going to top off my washer fluid. I'm going to make sure my air filter, I'm getting an oil change tomorrow. But guess what? I'm still going to do all of my routine checks. 100%, that's what I do. 100%, I do it all the time. So, but here's the problem. Usually over the course of a month, your average person doesn't check your tire pressures once a month. And what generally happens? Well, once a month, due to temperature fluctuations, you lose about 1.2 pounds of air every single month on average. So when you got this 6 months, 6,000 mile synthetic oil change going on, which Ford still recommended 3 months, 3,000 miles on those older, actually it might have been 5,000 miles on those cars, but you figure the average American, if you drive 1,000 miles a month, you're not going to get an oil change for 3, 4, 5 months. I don't remember what the service interval was on the Explorers at this moment. So guess what happens? From 26 psi, you wait 3 months. Now you're at what, 23, 22 psi? The number one reason for tire blowouts, right, is either it's sidewall damage from a big pothole and it develops a bubble from tire separation, thread separation. Air gets in between the construction of the tire, bubbles out the tire, and what happens? Pops, right? Or people that have a flat tire before TPMS was a thing, right? People that have flat tires, guess what happens? You get what they call run load damage, right? Tire friction builds up in tires. So when you're driving with 22 pounds of air, and you add in a family of 4, a family of 5, and an Explorer, and you pack that mother truck up with camping gear and everything else that you're supposed to do with an SUV, guess what happens when there's increased tire friction? Tire shreds itself. It's very simple. I don't love tires. I hate it. It's just I've been with Firestone since 2012, 2011. Like it's I mean, automotive is what I know. Now for the past 3 years I've actually been out of automotive. The past almost 4 years I've been with Blez. So, you know, now my knowledge is starting to fade already. I can still diagnose half your cars by anybody just talking to me for like 2 minutes. I could still diagnose it 80-90% accurately. I could tell you where the problem lies. What's up, Kelly? Am I boring you guys with automotive? Me too, Kelly. Me too. Oh, my back's itchy. Oh no, I need a back scratcher. Back scratcher. Oh, my back's itchy. Oh, gotta use the door. Gotta get creative and use the door. Oh, that feels good. Okay. Needing Aussie Ryan to sell you the Clippers. He took them late too, Kelly. He took them very late. But yeah, unfortunately, Moses, automotive is where I came from. So it's truly all I know. Lifetime wheel alignment? I mean, honestly, every oil change, if you take your oil change to Firestone, make them do the lifetime. But you don't really have to. Like, my Subaru is a 2022. I got 40,000 miles on it right now. I've never done an alignment once. But that's because I know how to drive. I know, Kelly, me too. Kelly, what do you do for regular work, if you don't mind me asking? Motown, if you ever need discounts on that stuff like that, if you do take your car to Firestone, just tell me. I have a pretty big network of people that can help you out. Oh, nice, nice. Oh, technical support. Technical support. Did you try turning it off and turning it back on? We're going to need to first delete the cache. Please unplug the device for 60 seconds. I've been a computer nerd for a handful of. I haven't kept up with it though. But like back when ATI was making, you know, graphics cards and stuff like that, I was in middle school and high school. But I enjoy it. I enjoy doing that. See, I wish I was a kid when I got involved with it. You're about my... I'm not going to ask you your age because I don't ask female ages. But you're about my age. I'm 36. You're in my range, right? You don't have to tell me your age if you don't want to. You never ask a female their age. But if you want me to trick you, I could just ask you what year you graduated, and then you'll tell me, and then I'll figure out your age either way. So, if I ever needed to figure it out, I would say something like that. Yeah. Okay. So you're in my range. I'm 89. So I mean, you're in my range. You're a Zinio. You're in my range. So like you were in your teens and stuff. Yeah, so ATI Radeon cards and Nvidia was still making them, but I think ATI, everybody liked ATI much better. We used to go to Comp USA, Circuit City, all these places that most people wouldn't really remember. Your average consumer won't remember. Comp USA, Circuit City. And they got bought out by AMD. Yep. ATI was my shit too. Trust me, it was my first graphics card, the X700. I'll never forget installing it in my Dell Inspiron. How do you say it? Inspirationon, whatever. I had an Inspirationon 4300 that I got for my freshman year in high school. Oh, that's sick. That's cool. Only reason I got into computers was because of, Counter-Strike. Which was our time Call of Duty for you youngins out there. That was our old folks. What's up, Davidson? I think they're trying to get some. I don't exactly know. I have a feeling if we did, it would go to probably the apps is my guess. I mean, I'm sure we'll get a couple, but I'm guessing at this point. Inspiron, however you say it, I had a 4300 with an Intel Pentium 4 processor before the Intel Pentium 4 hyper-threading processor came out. Good luck, guys. And it was still relatively brand new because the Intel Pentium 3 was still out at the time. And the Intel Celeron, which that one sucked ass. And I had 2.7 gigahertz. And I had I had dual 32 megabyte sticks of RAM. So 64 DDR RAM. Never forget my specs. 64 megabytes, Kelly. 64 megabytes. Now we're at 64 gigabytes of RAM. Here we go. We're starting with the Mavericks. It is not him, unfortunately. It's Dwight Powell at 275. I remember feeling like the shit back in the day. Makano on the basketballs. Ace. Those are the good old days. Now I'm just an old fart. Ace on the red, white, and blue. Booker. One Cooper flag. There's my boy. There's a Knipple. I think we have another yellow. Oh, nice. They had a nice white one. What's up, Travis? I'm just blabbering today. Trav, yellow of Jared Allen for the Cavaliers. Dominator. Young Hansen. Maxi. Magenta. Ooh, it's Steph. Nice Warriors hit for J Master to 399. All right, a couple of colors early in those 4 boxes. It's always nice. Hangers guarantee going today. Yes, sub stiff. Hangers are going. I got 1 box Spectra in there. That's gonna go Prism Prism Blaster Football and Bowman Draft Baseball. I'm gonna just start taking offers on, reasonable offers on that. I gotta get that off the screen before the weekend. I really just gotta get that off the screen. I think he might be a good hold, honestly. I think he might be a good, like a cheap value hold. All right, we get our first auto early. Hopefully, often it's a stratospheric base auto. Good luck. I swear it's like my fourth Isaiah Collier that I've had in like many days. Now let's see. Let's put this to the test. Every time I've seen an Isaiah Collier, I've usually gotten 3 autos. So let's see. For the Jazz. For the Jazz. Aqua of Maxi to 199. I'm sorry, 199. Cooper flag base. Another yellow of Edie on the yellow basketballs. Yeah, I've had a lot of Colliers lately. Mike Peavy. The funny story is they reorganized my shelf. I haven't had a lot of Bronny James. I only had 2 so far. This is the first time I'm like actually hitting Isaiah Colliers a lot. This is like the 3rd one at least, I think. My 4th one overall, but I think that was like the 3rd one within like, 5 days of me ripping total that I've seen. Shea. Laurie. Scotty Barnes. Zion James. Ooh, that's true gold. Ooh, I like the color. I like that color. Be there, be there, be there, be there, be there. Oh, it's the Magic. Okay. It's my boy. It's a true gold of Noah Penda for Terry, 19 of 50. Alex Tue, and I tried. I forgot because Jace Richardson is sidewards. He a big boy, Maluak. I actually didn't know he was 6'10". Kanipo. I like the color, dude. I saw the blue and I was like, ooh. First time we've seen true gold in a blaster case in a long time. So let's see. Let's see, guys. I've been hitting a lot of Penda. An ungodly amount of Pendas lately, too. As of yesterday, good thing we hit another Kanipo, though. Good thing that we're still on the Kanipo hitting. All right. First 10 boxes. Nothing really crazy. You like Penda better than Jace? Because when Jace was getting a little bit more minutes, he actually looked pretty okay too. That's the one, that's the thing about player breaks, Stifler. That's the thing about player breaks. That's what I tell everybody a lot of times. Like, we are priced right. There's not a lot of breakers that you can go out there and go several cases. That's the Blez advantage, honestly. I'm not saying you can't go to breaker A, breaker B, breaker C, breaker D and buy, Noah Penda and four separate different breakers, but you can come here confidently and you can have $100 to spend a week. You can have $50 to spend a week. You can have $5,000 to spend with us a week. Doesn't really matter. Like, there's gonna be someone for you to take a stab at, as I call it. Nice refractor of Derek Queen. Cam Jones. I think that's, it's funny. I think that's really like, that's something that I also look for. I've noticed, like, someone who is physically strong. Again, remember, I never really played competitive basketball, so it's something that I truly don't have that expertise on. But when I look at guys like I'm going to use Wemby as a great example. Wemby's rookie year, right? I thought Wemby was going to be beyond dominant. Like, I didn't think I knew when I heard about Wemby in 2022, 21, 22. When I heard about Wemby, when Wemby and Scoot played against each other here in Las Vegas, everybody talked about him, and I was like, wow, he's got size, he's lengthy, he can shoot. The one thing I didn't realize is obviously his second season, if you guys recall, he put on like 12 pounds, 14 pounds of pure muscle. And then he looked even more dominant. And I was like, wow, like I guess it's just something where sometimes I'm just thinking like kind of like a Yao Ming. You got somebody that's in there, you got Big Diesel. They're fucking huge, they're tall, they're chunky, like nobody's gonna really fuck with them. Then I seen Wemby, and I'm like, wow. 12 pounds, 15 pounds of muscle. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I never realized it. You know what I'm saying? Because you got guys like Alex Caruso, John Morant. They're not physically dominating. They're not intimidating. They're shifty. They're very quick on their feet. Yes, but they're not. You know. Okay, I take that back. Ja will probably challenge any center. Let's just be real. Ja likes to challenge Kevin Love. VJ. He wants the highlight reels. He wants the smoke. But he'll never complete it because of his size. VJ Edgecombe again. Con Canepo. Kind of like the Jaden Daniels situation, right? Everybody says he doesn't have the size to be a good quarterback in the NFL. Oh, you got some lengthy arms. Jeez. That's what she said. Oh, you're a golfer. Nice. I have a couple of buddies who they played for the University of Hawaii. Kobe Brea. for their basketball team. They're like 6'3" and stuff. Penda. There's a Fears for the Pelicans. Yeah, Janox, it's on the screen. A lot of it is $1 players, Janox. I'll try and squeeze it off right away. Oh, that's what's up. I like learning from people like you. I never sit on this camera and tell you like I'm a know-it-all, because I'm definitely not. But I enjoy learning. Like, I've learned so much from the chat. You guys actually taught me more than... I've learned to appreciate a lot of things a lot more. Again, things like being physically dominant. Things, what you do, how do you make your team better. I wanted to get into golf. I gotta get into golf. I want to. It's either too cold or too hot here in Vegas. Ace Bailey. I do on the red, white, and blue. Malawak on the refractor. What's up, Joe Football? Oh, Filipowski, 150. Second year. Nice, red, white, and blue. A VJ Edgecombe for A. Miller. It's on the board. Here's another blue basketball for the Hornets. Don't you dare say rookie. It is a beauty TC, but unfortunately, the centering is beyond horrendous. On the Concanippo 150. Unbelievable. That is a brutal miscut with the silver on the bottom. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's why I said I didn't want it to say rookie. Yeah, I think you'll be able to send that in, TC. Really nice hit. Hopefully they take good care of you on that. And if there's one thing I know, Fanatics has been really good at taking care of people. Jaylen Brown. Nice hit nonetheless. I wish the cut was good. Steph. Coward on the red, white, and blue. It is still absolutely a banger, 100%. Nothing a little trim wouldn't fix. No good aces yet, Brubaker. We got plenty of time still, but we got to start to see bangers. No SSPs, only one auto so far. Nice. There's a little recovery. Nice Canippo on the red, white, and blue as well. Hornets doing well now. Nice. There's one Cooper flag for you. True. Need a few more of those for my good friend Moses. Speaking of nice Ace Baileys, there's a refractor of Ace Bailey. There's a start for you, Brubaker. There's a Harper. All right. Starting to get a little worried on the SSPs. Usually we see at least one by now. It's been a very long time. It's been a couple weeks since we've had one of those cases that did not have any SSPs. Hopefully I'm not jinxing it. I actually hope it's a canvas. I want to see a glass canvas. It's been a minute since we've seen one. It's been a very long time since we've seen a Cooper flag. Nice case hit too. Moses, if you want me to be honest, I didn't want to say it, but I have a feeling that it might be a flag kind of SSP case. It feels like it, doesn't it? Like it kind of feels like a flag SSP kind of case. I don't want to overhype it and just, say that because it sounds like I'm just saying it to say it. All right, let's go. Good luck. We're not even halfway through the case yet, by the way, guys. This is still... Oh, I'm sorry, we are. This is 18 boxes. We just got through the halfway point. Still got 18 boxes left. Plenty of time, guys. Good luck. Behringer for the Timberwolves and Zach P. Okay, our autos were... Definitely need some work. Nice Wemby on the Serenity Ray Wave. Sion James on the red, white, and blue. We do have one Fanatical. It is blue. It is the correct color. Definitely not the right tattoo. It's Paulo for the Magic. Paulo, what's up, Clemas? Yeah, it has been a little bit of cases since I've seen a canvas, yes. Cam Jones. VJ Edgecombe. Keontae. Harper. Con Canipo. The Canipos have been flying out in this case. Reynald Refractor. Kind of looks almost like a redemption. I know it's probably not, but it looks like one. Will Riley on the red, white, and blue. Nice. Kind of does look like one. Nope. Toast. Ja. Kalkbrenner. Ace. $12 boxes left. Getting to the nitty gritty a little bit here. Next release for basketball is going to be Finest. That's not going to be at least until another month in March is the ETA for Finest. That's the next NBA release. And right around that same time, you're going to get like Prism WNBA, which that got pushed back from November. It was supposed to come out WNBA. Then they got WNBA 1-1 coming out, so that should be kind of interesting. That's about really it. Today on our football channel, you're gonna get some National Treasures football, FOTL when it comes in. And in baseball, today is Series 1 release day, 2025 Series 1 release. Excuse me, 2026 Series 1 release, flagship. LeBron, red, white, and blue. Yeah, they lost it all. Clemens, they lost it all. Clifford. Watkins. Oh, it is a paradox. Good luck. Paradox incoming. Oh, it's a nice one too. It's Dylan Harper for the Spurs. Lee Chin, nice. Nice Harper on the Paradox. Very nice. True Green for the Magic. It was T-Mac to 99. Sorry, I always say True Green. I mean to say green basketballs. All right, can we get an extra auto and extra SSP here? Ace. Good box for Orlando. Good box for Hornets. Or good case for Hornets. Sixers not doing terrible. That's probably the most VJ Edgecombs I've had in like the last week and a half, minimum. Nice Shea. Lots of Sheas in this case too. I think that's the third one at least. Not yet, Ozzy. Not yet. I got 6 more boxes for you. The blue corn Knippel followed by that paradox of Harper is probably our best hit so far. We really got to see if we're going to call this a little bit average case. Got to see a good auto here or an extra good SSP here. Good luck. Or a nice numbered card too. A nice low numbered card. A red, a orange. Something to that degree. Danny Wolf Refractor. Cooper Flag base. Yoni Refractor. Carter Bryant, red, white, and blue. What is that? Oh, just opposite way. Knipples. Lots of Knipples in this case too. Lots of Knipples. Ace Refractor. A couple of Ace Refractors in this case. Colin Murray. Cooper Flag on a base. Harper base. Io. Aqua for the Magic again. It's Suggs to 199. Our last stack. Might be a Ray Wave of something, or it might be an SSP. I think it's a Ray Wave. It is Ace on the Ray Wave. Ball of Duty. Jeremiah Fierce. Couple of nice cards, but honestly, not the best blaster case. Ah, Ozzy Moses, I'm sorry. Fuck. Obviously, nice Knipples, nice Harpers like that, but still. I was tying a noose. Yeah. Yeah. Two autos. We didn't get our for the first case in a long time, we didn't get extra autos or SSPs. That was a very different case though. That was an interesting case. All right, Amela, we got you out of there a little bit, Amela. Oh, got a little bit of action there for you. Awesome. Recap. Yeah, look at that. A shit ton of VJ Edgecombs. You're pretty good with that VJ spot, brother. You did all right. Recap for the numbers. Suggs, T-Mac, Filipowski, Williams. Nice true gold of Penda. Maxi to 199. Steph to 399. Couple of yellows. True blue. Unfortunately, that one was miscut. TC. I'm sorry. I'll send you a pack with this TC. Nice Harper on the Paradox. Fanatical of Paulo. Two autos. Left a lot to be desired, unfortunately. That was the full case. Pick your team, number 13. The Knipples will beat the sort. So I'll beat the sort on the Knipples for you. And I'll throw in a pack for you too. TC, throw in a pack for you. Thank you guys very much. Got a lot